Bisa ya. Oh, ini dia. Ini namanya binatang yang kita tunggu-tunggu. Is what called? Koka. Kok 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 kok. Ini namanya koka. Ini binatang yang kita tunggu-tunggu. Hayap, hayap, hayap. Sini. Aduh. Di sini nyewain skuter ya. Skuter. Dan ini untuk baby. Ini semua baby pakai ini. Biar nggak kepanasan. Di sini ada bus. Kita stop bus ya. Kita mau ke tempat. Koka, koka. Ini binatangnya nih. Koka. Oke, saya jalan lagi. Ini stop bus. Oh. We waiting here? We waiting here for the bus? Where? Here? Where? Oke. Ini taman tempat orang mau tunggu bus ke area berenang. Oh, they have coffee shop too. This look nice coffee shop. Coffee shop ini. From here we can go to swimming spot. So we can stop here and waiting the shuttle bus. Where the coca? Where the coca? Where the yeah. Kayaknya cuma aku ASEAN di sini. Oh, want to see. Oh, itu banyak. Oh. Tempat. Ini disewain ya, kayaknya disewain atau gratis, nggak tahu ya. Tapi aku pasti tanya nih. Di sini binatang koka itu udah kayak kucing, taburan di mana-mana. Ini ada gereja ini gerejanya. Bentuknya sedikit unik ya. Ini area turis. Oke, ini the busnya. Ini busnya ya. Kita naik bus ini ke area untuk berenang. So for the baby one, is we rent or free? Rent? Rent. Okay. So now we can jumping on the bus now?
Get a ticket first.
Oh yeah. So I waiting there ya?
Yeah.
Okay. Ini bus untuk ke area berenang. Ini lokasi for the shuttle bus to the island. Okay, look. Kita beli tiket dulu ya, beli tiket untuk naik bus. Oh, lumayan. So, train, they have train too. So, kan nanya harganya untuk ke rottness. Kita perlu setiap 20 menit ya ada busnya. Nggak tahu ya. Still free. Oke, kita mau tahu ya. Di sini ada transportasinya. Bus. Ini naik bus ini di sini $25, 250.000 ya. Ini untuk spot-spot tempat berenang. Tadi naik ferinya sekitar $33. No. $77 satu orang, one way. Oh tidak, pulang. Ini busnya nih, ini bus rottnessnya nih, rottness. Oke, ini busnya keren kan? Busnya keren. Ini busnya shuttle bus Subaru. Ini ternyata ini bus kita nih, bukan yang tadi. Ini bus kita, ini busnya nih, atas Iceland service. Oh yep. No, I left more here. I can take video. Busnya is gede, so big like rapid bus.
Guys, welcome aboard. This is the hop on, hop off. Hop on, hop off bus. This goes around the whole island. Takes roughly about an hour to do the whole tour. It takes about an hour. So there's 19 stops in total. And if you want to get off, it's a simple matter of just ringing the buzzer. If it doesn't, if you don't ring the buzzer, there's no one there. We'll just continue on. Okay, so the island, everyone, it takes about an hour, as I say, to go around. 19 stops. The island's roughly about 11 kilometres long and about 4.5 kilometres wide at the widest point. At the narrowest point, narrow deck, it's about 250 metres wide. So, as I say, it takes about an hour to go around. So, if you do want to get off, just let me know. Now, there's buses leave every 20 minutes today. Now, if you are on the island and leaving at 4:30, the bus that I would suggest you get, which leaves the main bus station today, leaves at 3, gets to West End about 3:30, and then all the bays after West End, which is on the northern side of the island, sort of appropriately timed how long it takes to get to each one. So, if you do want to get leave at 4:30, you need to be on that 3 o'clock from the main terminal. 3:30 from West End. Now, if you're fortunate to be here a bit longer today, the last bus leaves. This leaves the island and leaves the main bus station at 4. Gets to West End about 4:30, and then gets back about 5. So if you're on a 6 o'clock or 6:30 ferry, and you want to spend as much time on the other side there, that's what I'd suggest you do. So that's the sort of run of the mill. Okay, so along here, guys, we've got a lot of staff accommodation. Now, the people that live out here might need to be here after hours. The police, the ambos, sort of the cooks, the cleaners, and various people that are important part of running the island. So they need to be here after hours. So they live in the accommodation along the right-hand and left-hand side up here. So that's their accommodation. Okay, so you can see a little bit of revegetation. There's quite a lot of revegetation done around the island. Done a lot by volunteers. These here are covered with these plastic sort of protectors, which are important for stopping the quokkas from eating them until they can get established. So quokkas eat this type of food, unlike what some people believe, pies, pasties, fish and chips, vanilla slices, cream cakes, donuts, makes them very, very sick. So do not feed them anything that is like that, because they reduce their lifespan from about 11 years to about 5. So it's not really good food for quokkas. So we encourage you not to feed them at all. We encourage you not to touch or feed them actually. Now we've got a little area down here called Nappy Valley. A lot of people with little children like to come and stay here at this part of the island, Nappy Valley. So that's where they stay just in here. So a nice location right on the beach. Really pretty spot. Okay, so has anyone seen quokkas today?
Yeah.
Anyone hasn't seen a quokka? Okay, well there's between 13 and 15,000 of them on the island. Now this is the only place in the world that you find quokkas. So they are in a very natural habitation here with basically no predators at all. There's no foxes on the island, cats or dogs. So they are very well protected here. Anything that's likely to get them from time to time might be an osprey or a big eagle or something might take a little one. But at the end of the day, they're pretty safe. They used to be, the island used to be attached to the mainland about 50,000 years ago, 60,000 years ago. And it broke away about 7,000 years after the Ice Age. There are a few left on the mainland, but predominantly most of them are here. The ones on the mainland are subject to predators as well, foxes, etc. So they're very safe out here. Now, this area, rottness Island, was used in World War II. It was used was built, the Kingston Barracks was built in 1936 as anticipated World War II starting. So they built the barracks here, which had housed roughly 2,500 service people during World War II. So there were servicemen and women here as well. Service women were housed up at the lighthouse. So the barracks were used up till the end of the war, and then it was decommissioned. And also the railway line was decommissioned after World War II. The barracks were used now as basic accommodation for backpackers, etc. This is Kingston Barracks, stop number 2, guys. So used basically as backpacker style accommodation in dormitories, and also used by a lot of school groups to come out to the island doing education. Okay, so after World War II, it was decommissioned. So is this railway line. The railway line was used to take ammunition to Oliver Hill, which is where the guns are. We have tours from Oliver Hill on an hourly basis, and tickets are available at the ticket office here. So Oliver Hill is where the guns are, and there's also tunnels here as well. So after World War II, this was all decommissioned, and they now run tours on that tourist line to Oliver Hill on this rail line.
But at the moment, if anything's changed, then I'll.
So there's about 5 walking trails on the island. This is one of them here. So there's about 5 walking trails which people come out to rottness Island and walk. Okay, so stop number 3 is Henrietta Rocks, guys.
That's right. So we haven't done that.
Okay, so rottness Island was actually first visited by William Fleming in 1890, or speaking pardon, 1690. 1690 was when it was first visited by William Fleming. He came onto the island with his party of roughly a crew of about 8. They stayed on the island for about 6 days, and he wrote in this journal that this is an island paradise. He also wrote on his journal that there was a lot of giant rats on the island. We know they're not rats, they're marsupials, the same as kangaroos, wombats and koalas. And that is where it got its name, Island Rottness. So of course we call it rottness. The indigenous people call it Wodgina, which means a place over the water where the spirits are. So they call it Wodgina, and Wodgina Lighthouse is named Wodgina Lighthouse because of that.
Yeah, that was great. So if we come live on that there, and he said no, so just post it.
Okay, Henrietta Rocks, guys, it's the next stop on our left. we have a barge there that was wrecked here, being towed to the island many years ago. There's roughly about 12 wrecks around the island that we know of. There might have been more in the early 16, 17 and 1800s that weren't reported, but we know of 12 that have been reached. Now one of them here is a little barge that was being towed from Fremantle. It was a hopper barge with the name of the Shark. And that was being towed here and broke the line, being towed out during the storm, and it's now down here as a bit of a snorkel trail around it. So hopper barge. Now the weather today is amazing, guys. There's no sea breeze, and this is a beautiful side of the island to be at if you want to do some snorkeling, because the breeze will come in later on, and then it gets a little bit unpleasant. So then I recommend that you go to the northern side of the island, around on the northern side. So we'll just pull up. No, it's indicated I want to get off here. So I will. Alright, we've got someone getting on. So I'll stop anyway, guys. G'day, guys. How are we? Yeah, and just see your tickets on the way through.
Yeah, although it's not fun.
Okay, so stop number 3 is Henrietta Rocks. Now, as we drive over here, I want to point out the wreck down on the left-hand side. You can see a bit of a ship there, and in front of it the hull. So that's the Shark, which is the hopper barge. Stop number 4 is Porpoise Bay, which is in front of us. It's mainly a boat mooring area. As far as the beach is concerned, it's not the best beach. There's lots of weed. So if you want a nice beach, I'd probably recommend another bay compared with this one here. It is very important, however, to the marine environmental area, as there's lots and lots of seagrasses here, which are very important for the marine life of this area. So lots and lots of marine seagrass, which is really, really important for the marine environment. As you can see, there's lots of boats out there. Now the boats are basically, we come across for the weekend, and we have people, there's a lots of moorings around Rottness. There's over 900 moorings that are up for lease. So this is one area, there's quite a few. Most of the moorings are on sort of the west end and around Thompson's Bay. That seems to be the main sort of concentration of moorings. So this one here is a nice mooring. Now stop number 4 is Porpoise Bay. And stop number 5, which is really a very popular one, is Parker Point, which I'd recommend if you on your way to start for the day. Parker Point's a good start point. They do have some quality guides out there which sort of will take you on accidents, which we'll talk about when we get a bit closer. So the ocean looks amazing today, guys. Really lovely. The easterly breeze seems to have dropped back a bit, so it's not quite as rough as it was this morning. It was quite a strong easterly this morning, which made it a bit choppy. But now that that's dying down, it's going to be absolutely glorious. Along the bays here on the southern side of the island, which is really important for people wanting to snorkel. Little Salmon Bay, Parker Point, great place to snorkel. There's a few boats in the Parker Point at the moment which are anchored overnight. So we'll talk about that when we get down. So this is start number 4, Porpoise Bay. We'll continue on if no one wants to get off. Porpoise Bay is stop number 5, guys. Now, Porpoise Bay is a really easy walk to the next bay, which is Little Salmon Bay. It's around about 800 metres. Now, if you do that, you walk past Jeannie's Lookout, which is on the way around, which looks out the southern side of the island. This this area is a marine conservation area and a marine sanctuary. Now, as I mentioned,